this is just a quick report for trip 63, 64, 65, 68, and 69. I have some stuff going on at work, so I wasn't able to fish as much. Most of these fishing trips are only an hour and a half or 2 hours long. Mostly trolling for walleyes. I did switch over to perch a couple times just to see if I could connect. There's been a pretty good perch bite going on. But I did get a few on a couple days, but nothing really to speak of. And being so far behind, I just wanted to get all these out and just kind of mail it in, since I hadn't gotten many fish. And I committed to documenting 100 episodes. I just wanted to get these done. So on trip 63, it was the July 23rd. The air show was going on behind me, which was pretty cool. Something very unique happens around here at the end of July, and we have this big EAA air show. The planes were overhead just constantly. It's really cool. The technology, the older planes and the newer technology is really cool. The traffic around here is not so cool. Can be a little frustrating sometimes. Backups and just people really not paying a whole lot of attention. But on this day, I was out in the water, and very calm day. I was trolling for walleyes, and it was really quiet. I don't think I even got one pullback on that day. Trip 64 was July 27th. I did a little bit of perch fishing, and I was jigging the reef near Black Wolf. I did get one 14-inch walleye that day. I didn't get a picture of it, or I didn't get it on video. I was dead sticking. I got a bunch of sheep's head and then one decent walleye. I didn't get to connect with any perch. On the 28th of July, it was the 65th fishing trip. I went out on a Saturday morning. Same kind of program. It was very quiet. I was trolling the mud for walleyes, and I didn't connect. I think I got a few small sheep's head that day, but nothing to speak of. I didn't get a whole lot of footage that day. And then I skip a few here. I'll have other videos coming up, but the 68th trip was on August 9th. And again, it was a really quiet day. I went out of Black Wolf, and I just hopped around. I was perch fishing. I did a lot of hopping, and I talked to some guys at the ramp, and they said it was really quiet. You could tell that they really know what they're doing, and so I didn't think I was going to have a whole lot of success. So I went around and I just tried to mark as many perch as I could, and drop a dead stick to them. It was a really nice night to be out, but again, only sheep's head. And then the 69th 69th fishing trip was on August 12th, and I had gone out to the bay. I had planned on being on the bay all day. Unfortunately, I got out on the bay and then work called. I really didn't have to answer the call, but I did. So I was only out a few hours, and I had made a really good run, expecting to fish all my way back. And I got to the end of the run, and I got the lines in, and that's when I got the call. And I fished for another probably 45 minutes, and I caught a lot of gobies. I was really surprised at the number of gobies that hit my crawler harnesses. I didn't really expect that. I was fishing close to the bottom, and I'd gotten some advice after that, if you're fishing around that many gobies, you want to be 4 or 5 feet up, from the bottom. So I was just trying to figure out the bay a little bit more. Being a Sunday morning, there were a lot of people out fishing, and it's a pretty good time to see, if people are fishing in certain areas. You can expect there either is an active bite there or there was. So it gave me some ideas for trips in the future. I'd marked areas where I saw a lot of people, and I didn't fish there, but I just know I can come back. And this was trip 63, 64, 65, 68, and 69. No countable walleyes. Work and the dog days of summer kind of took their toll. Still have a lot of energy for fishing. Not so much for the skunks and documenting the skunks. It turned out that saying you weren't really successful for that many times just had me a little down. So I'm glad to get this in the books. I had a couple people reach out and make sure I was okay. I really appreciate that kind of sentiment. I definitely am okay. Just a little too much work. So with this information, let's get out and fish.